Top 10 quake-prone countries. Japan ranks second. 5 are in Asia. Number 1 shocks. Over 10,000 yearly. 10th, Fiji. Its name evokes palms, turquoise seas, and clear skies. Who knew this dream paradise hid danger? Fiji is among the world's most earthquake-prone regions today. Fiji, in the South Pacific, just 18,300 kilometers squared. Smaller than Taiwan, yet its ocean easy. 1.29 million kilometers squared, 70x land. Fiji has 330 plus islands, 110 inhabited, mostly formed by volcanoes. Fiji's encircling reefs are treasures. The world's second largest continuous system, tourist haven, marine life paradise. Why is this paradise so quake-prone? Fiji sits on the Pacific-Australian boundary, where plates collide, compress, and twist. This region includes Tonga Trench, among deepest. Plates subduct fast. Plate motion builds stress. Quakes release. World Bank. Fiji loses $79 million yearly to disasters. In 50 years, Fiji faces a 50% chance of $750 million loss and 1,200 plus casualties, and even more in billions. Besides shaking, Fiji must also watch for tsunamis from undersea quakes. Many quakes start undersea. Damage is limited. Tsunami risk remains. 2018 is 8.2 quake raised, small coastal tsunamis. Deep focus spared worse. Despite frequent quakes, Fiji remains stunning. Nature's magic proves its resilience. Frequent quakes don't dull Fiji's allure. They deepen story. Mysterious islands whisper Earth's power their way. Number 9. New Zealand. In New Zealand, mountains soar and lakes gleam. Every view feels fairy tale. Once dubbed most livable, filming site for Rings and Hobbit epics. Honestly, the ground here isn't gentle. This island's people face nature's power almost daily. No exaggeration at all. Stats show 1923 to 2024. New Zealand saw over 14,000 quakes yearly, around 40 daily. Earthquakes may go unfelt, yet likely rumble under your feet each hour. Wondrous. Not every quake is harmless. In 11 years, NZ had 110 plus 6.5 plus quakes. February 3, 1931, Hawke's Bay, 7.8 quake erased Napier. 256 dead, $823 million loss. New Zealand's deadliest quake ever. Quake caused collapse. Fire. Ground rose 2.7 meters, forming quake lakes. Within 2 weeks, 525 aftershocks shook New Zealand nationwide. The earthquake reshaped Hawke's Bay and led New Zealand to strengthen earthquake-resistant building codes. Modern New Zealand houses are timber-framed, 2 stories, brick only on facades and chimneys. In an earthquake, wooden houses can stay stable even if the outer walls fall. Also, New Zealand pioneered seismic isolation design. Structural isolation spans 100 plus years there. Isolation layer between building and foundation cuts quake forces, greatly boosting overall safety. New Zealanders learn dancing with nature amid earthquakes. From design to drills and education, New Zealanders persist, making safe lives amid quakes. Earth's lens. This land withstands nature's strain, facing every test resiliently, optimistically. 8. Mexico. Worldwide seismic hotspot. Truly nature's rock and roll stage itself. Mexico's quake rate is extreme. Last century 125 plus at 6.5, 200 plus at 6, dozen 8 plus. 1985, Mexico City. Quake matters. 8.0 quake level thousands. 10,000 dead. Homeless. Epicenter lay 350 kilometers away. Yet geology and resonance devastated in Mexico City. City in ruins. 400 plus collapsed. 3,000 plus damaged. Yet this tragedy returned after 32 years. Sept 7, 2017. 8.2 quake hit Mexico's Chiapas. Century's strongest. Over 50 million of Mexico's 120 million people felt the quake. And even Mexico City, 1,000 kilometers from the epicenter, shook noticeably. Buildings shook a minute. Devastating quake killed 98. 10 days later, CDMX hit. 7.1 Puebla quake, 370 dead, 6,000 hurt. On Mexico 85's 32nd anniversary, strong quakes and non-stop shaking revealed Mexico's destructive unpredictability. Why is Mexico always hurt? Geology explains this. Mexico lies where North American, Pacific, and Cocos plates collide. Three kingdoms? Cocos plate subducts beneath North America at 67 millimeters/year, like restless mouse burrowing, squeezing underneath. Violent geology triggers quakes. Mexicans face frequent shocks, raising doubts and questions. Why can't alerts come sooner? Are buildings ready for bigger quakes? Though doubtful, Mexicans stay optimistic and resilient. They know quakes shake homes, not their courage or grit inside. 7th, China. China nurtured civilization, yet lies on tectonic front lines. Last century China had 156.5 plus quakes. Truly quake-ravaged nation. Stats show since 1900, 3 of 10 deadliest quakes hit China. 1920 Haiyuan quake, 273,000 dead. The 1976 Tangshan quake killed 243,000, one of China's worst disasters. In 2008, Wenchuan quake shocked, 87,000 plus dead/missing. These figures are heartbreaking, showing China's quake-prone plight. Are deaths due to population? Only partly. China has 6.7% of land and 17.9% of people, yet 33% of earthquakes strike there worldwide. Geographically, China is highly quake-prone. Seismicity clearly splits east and west. The Helan-Longmen-Hengduan line divides China's first and second terrains. West, mostly Tibet Plateau, Xinjiang. Quakes frequent, strong, widespread, east of the line. North China plain quakes remain harmful. China's earthquakes result from plate collision and land breakup. Western quakes are due to compression, eastern to stretching. So, while we can't fully avoid earthquakes, understanding their science helps us respond better, reduce losses, and save lives. 6. Chile, a standout quake epicenter, clearly worldwide. Chile's 4,300 km west coast shores in South America bring beauty and earthquakes. Chile's geology inevitably breeds earthquakes. At the Pacific South America plate boundary, Nazca plate slips under South America 70 millimeter yearly. Pressure finally released as earthquakes. Century, Chile saw 162 6.5 plus quakes. Legend, May 22, 1960 Valdivia, magnitude 9.5, Still largest ever recorded worldwide. Loss is $3 to $6 billion. Quake released 20,000 Hiroshima bombs energy. Plates across the fault slid about 20 to 30 meters. This quake killed about 6,000 and sparked a 25-meter Pacific-wide tsunami. Tsunami waves carried Chile's quake far to Hawaii, Japan, Australia. 61 died in Hawaii, 140 in Japan. Imagine, a South American quake kills Asians. No sci-fi. A real disaster. After years. Experts say Valdivia may mark Earth's single quake energy cap. Future quakes won't surpass it. Comfort for future quakes. Chile still struggles despite tech. Earthquake unpredictability remains our biggest obstacle. Chile has earthquake experience, but must keep improving its response and technology to reduce future losses. Fifth, Philippines. The Philippines, with about 7,000 islands, is famous for its beaches and tropical charm, but also for frequent earthquakes. The Philippines had 174 major quakes in the past century. What makes this island nation so prone to earthquakes? Philippines lies where Philippine Sea, Eurasian, and Indo-Australian plates meet. Ring of Fire core, this belt. Ring of Fire hosts 80% of quakes. Sadly, Philippines lies at fight's center. Plates collide, stress builds, then releases, causing earthquakes. Philippine quakes still terrify people. August 17, 1976. Morro Gulf 8.0 quake. Quake killed 5 to 8,000 and injured 10,000 plus. Luzon again. 7.8 quake. Over 1,600 died. Thousands buildings fell. Losses hit $10 billion. Philippines quake tales. Earth's story. Humans battling nature. In the Philippines, quake challenges may never end. Yet Filipinos show they'll stand firm, whatever comes here. Number 4, Russia. Mention Russia. Most picture icy Siberia. Vast plains. Ancient cities. Few realize this nation often quakes. Past century, 212 6.5 plus quakes hit here. Russia, the world's largest by land, spans Eurasia from Baltic to the Pacific. This land has active quake belts. Most famously, the Pacific Ring we mentioned. The Ring of Fire fosters active volcanoes and earthquake activity. Kamchatka and Sakhalin sit in seismic core. Far east aside, Western Caucasus is quake-prone. Quakes here stem from Eurasian plate crustal motion. The complex Caucasus stays active, with recurring friction and slips. Russia, former USSR. Major quakes occur. 1948, October 5th to 6th. Quake destroyed Ashgabat, Soviet Turkmenistan capital. Official data: 90% of buildings collapsed. Soviet secrecy hid quake losses, leaving deaths still disputed. Turkmenistan says 176,000. International experts estimate roughly 110,000 dead. This quake's force fooled the US into thinking the USSR tested nukes. Darkly funny, honestly. For this vast country, quakes may be unavoidable. Across Siberia to Far East, seismometer deployment and data collection are tough. By boosting disaster readiness, Russians aim to withstand nature's trials. Third, United States. Quakes show Earth changes. US is hotspot. In fact, the US spans plates, saw 244 6.5 plus quakes. US quakes. Mostly geology's fault. the US sits on plate boundaries. North American Pacific interaction is most active. America's West Coast, especially California, is quake-prone worldwide, home to Earth's liveliest faults, including San Andreas. Moment to moment, stress builds here. Quake may strike anytime. Surprisingly, Alaska, not California, is America's most quake-active. USGS says Alaska has 11% global quakes, 17.5% US share. Alaska yearly gets M7 to 8 quakes and M8 plus every 13 years. Alaska leads the world in quake rate. Strength, historically. Alaska's March 27, 1964. 9.2 quake tops Northern Hemisphere. Quake killed 143, caused $116 million losses, deforming 1,000 multiplied by 300 km crust. This quake devastated buildings and unleashed avalanches, landslides, fissures, mud flows. Post-quake, Valdez Bay also had a devastating 30-meter tsunami. This quake mattered not just for damage, but for data. Studying quake, scientists first agreed it was plate slip on thrust fault. This discovery advanced plate tectonics, now seismology's mainstream theory today. Despite technology, earthquakes still surprise us, urging vigilance and readiness for Earth's changes. Number 2, Japan cherry blossoms, Fuji, and an uneasy earth beneath. Always, Japan's earthquake land. True, 10% of quakes strike here yearly. Japan had 343 6.5 plus in century. In Japan, quakes are normal, constant companions. Japan sits at 4-plate junction: Pacific, Eurasian, Philippine, North American. On this small land, these plates keep colliding and grinding like a never-ending fight. Japan quakes, frequent with tsunamis, volcanoes. Japan is surrounded by deep trenches, so strong earthquakes often cause huge tsunamis and secondary disasters. Japan has 110 volcanoes, and eruptions often cause earthquakes. Japan's quake history. 1923, Kanto stands out. Sept 1. 7.9 quake razed Tokyo, Yokohama. 140,000 dead, 40,000 missing. Devastating quake. Even 121-ton Buddha statue shifted over 60 kilometers. Quake sparked fires devoured cities. Then tsunamis and landslides greatly worsened devastation. World disaster quake reshaped Japan's history. Society, most shocking. Japan's March 11, 2011 quake. 9.0 quake. Japan's strongest ever. 4th largest worldwide in modern records. Epicenter energy could power Los Angeles for full year. Quake left 16,000 dead, thousands hurt, many displaced. Losses hit $14 to $34 billion. Disaster's worst risk was the Fukushima nuclear accident, classed in as Level 7, like Chernobyl. Only 2 such accidents ever worldwide. 10 years later, impact still lingers. December 14, 2021. Japan researchers found Fukushima radiation had reached Arctic Ocean. Still, frequent quakes never scared Japan's people off. Japan's buildings, especially high-rises, are quake-resistant, ready for sudden shaking. Japan values quake alerts. Preparedness education. These measures proved vital, cutting deaths and losses. Japan's quakes are geographic destiny. Yet on this unstable land, The Japanese people redefined their bond with nature through resilience and wisdom. Number 1. Indonesia. Surprised? Japan isn't Earth's top quake hotspot. Indonesia, with 17,000 plus islands, easily leads today's list. In 2022, Indonesia logged 10,000 plus quakes. That's 30 plus quakes daily. Tremors felt every few hours. USGS says Indonesia had 361 quakes over 6.5 and 1,862 over 5.8 in a century, like telling time by shaking. Most unforgettable, the 2004 Sumatra Andaman megathrust quake, December 26. A 9.2 quake hit Southeast Asia, causing Indian Ocean tsunami. Disaster hit 14 countries, killing 230,000. History's deadliest quakes. Scientists estimate the quake equaled 1,500 plus Hiroshima bombs. Tsunami energy, about 5 trillion tons TNT, over twice World War II total. Indonesia's frequent quakes aren't just plate motion. Indonesia has the world's most active volcanoes, fueling the quake volcano cycle. Unique geology makes Indonesia geologists' global research focus. Indonesia's tale shows Earth's power. People fight to survive. After quakes, Indonesians rebuild from ruins, proving resilience. Indonesia's resilience amid quakes impresses. That's all for today's video. Which of today's 10 quake-prone countries stood out most? Comment below.